So here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. My answers to your comments. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, I think the last comment I answered was Jerem's comment. So, AKC. I would say the correct spelling is aluminum to decrease the length of that word, but it should be spelt aluminum, aluminum. Okay, problem solved, don't fight. Yeah, people are different. I agree with you, AKC. It's not a word to fight about. We just use things in different ways. The speed of light partook in Einstein's theory of relativity. It has a principal role in the well-known simplified energy equation, which is E equals mc squared. I quite like your use of partook there, That's quite good. So, Naveen, partake, to consume, especially food and drink. Partake in, participate, especially event as race, game, battle. Good, Naveen. And studiosus, about whom she was talking sounds very posh and formal. Whom she was talking about is formal. Whom was talking about her is wrong, because we use who to refer to the subject. She can talk about whomsoever she wishes is correct, but we could use whomever to make the sentence less formal. That's good, studiosus. And Olis, great to see you. The negotiations were doomed from the beginning of the confrontation. His expertise was doomed. I doomed this project. I should be more attentive. Well, I'm not sure you doomed the project at all. I think your help will be very useful. Okay. Hello, teacher. Thanks for your invaluable emendation concerning stative verbs have. Sir, apropos of nothing, I would like to ask if I could use the informal word mardi. I've used it in my sample sentence, but you read it as many. I had to look this word up, Ginty. Many is actually only used in certain areas of the UK, East Midlands particularly. You're going to find you could use it, but people are not going to know what you mean. As in, that's why I moved it on to many. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it also says that Mardi, who was it? D.H. Lawrence, I think, or someone like that. Yeah, it is in literature, but it's a very unusual word. So, Ali Reza Askari, unbelievable. This is exactly true. I dig the net to find the meaning. But just you brilliantly described the meaning. So, I have been digging the net. I've been digging through the net. So I'm glad it helped. So, Marcos, how formal is gaslighting? You clearly didn't see my last answer. I said this was a difficult one. I'm going to give it a 6 in formality, although I think there are many people who won't know what it is. It's a little bit technical, but I think you could use it anywhere. Okay, Navanitha Krish. Ongoing clash. The ongoing clash between Russia and Ukraine is about the Russian government. Is that the Russian government is deploying its military forces along the Ukrainian border. So there is many possibility. There is a high possibility that Russia would invade the Ukraine any time. So the US government is partaking to ease the tension. I think, okay, let's see. Your use of partake is fine. I get the feeling that the US is probably augmenting the tension. So, Mohammed, the mellifluous way of teaching in this channel cannot exist anywhere else easily. Everything goes consistently in here, and this is simply one of the perks of YouTube concerning learning language. Okay, not bad, Mohammed. And, okay, Boris Silva. Hace tiempo, some time ago I studied whom, but I don't remember because, um, because the third one is wrong. I only know that the third sentence doesn't sound natural to me. Good. And then, Jean. Para mí es fácil en español. For me it's easy in Spanish. ¿A quién? To whom? ¿Quién? Who? Okay. Así que si lo traduzco, so if I translate it into Spanish, I know if it's right or wrong. And then Boris answers, yes, I also use this logic, but I'm guided more depending on whether it sounds natural or not. That's much better, Boris. It's important to sound if it sounds natural. I'm a great downer on translation. This is what's good in Spanish. If you have what's good if you have Spanish as your mother tongue. English becomes much easier. So thank you. Yes, you're definitely right there. I'm going to give this and this a heart as well. So Inju Juan, thank you for your explanation. May I ask a question though? Does the expression smear campaign mean the same? So to cast aspersions could be just one comment, but a smear campaign is to steadily and regularly cast aspersions against someone. So they're linked, but they're not exactly the same. And another one, did you say it eats away at my confidence? Yes, I did. Something eats away at your confidence. That's very good. Mohammed, the main musician miss out on the party. We had to bring an alternate. When the main musician missed the party, to miss out on, you take an opportunity, you don't. We had to bring an alternative to rise to the occasion. Good. Because the show must go on, taking in consideration that the replaced one is not going to give the same verve movement that the main one will give, would have given. So this is Elena again, a new Elena. Hi, great. I'm glad you enjoyed partake, Elena. And so Malgosia. Hello, our excellent teacher. Thank you very much for the prompt reply to my answer. By the way, the English equivalent of my Polish name, Malgosia, is Margaret. I really treasure and appreciate all of your videos, together with all the time and effort you put into them. That's really good English. So, yeah, I'm probably going to call you Margaret from now on then. Yeah, it's easy for me like that. Mohammed Mifras, could you please tell me, if I want to see a movie in a theatre, which one do I use? I want to see a movie in the theatre. I want to watch a movie in the theatre. I want to see a movie in the theatre. I want to go to watch a movie in the theatre. They're all correct, Mohammed. Yeah, they're all correct. You can use any of them. Slow Sunset, hi. Sir, please explain what legacy means and its level of formality. I'm a bit uncertain, but is it fair to say that legacy has the same meaning of ancient? Okay, so firstly, a legacy can talk about money that is given to you when somebody dies. Yeah, so I was left a legacy in my grandmother's will, her last will and testament. Some of the things that she owned came to me. But then we use legacy as well, as in something that comes from the past and is still present in the from the past and is still present in the present. I think, for example, the capitalization of the word I think it's a legacy from the runes or from Viking or from something from the Scandinavian era. So a legacy. For example, the problems between Pakistan and India about Kashmir are a legacy of the British. This is a problem that the British left to the Indians and the Pakistanis. Yeah, it's something from the past that still has effect today. Mohammed, your way of teaching endears you to others. That's a great example, Mohammed. You have an endearing approach when it comes to teaching English. That's really good English, Mohammed. I love it. So, Count, someone's put his foot in his mouth. Good. You've understood the joke. Well done, Count. Mohammed, I wonder, is this word having? So, again, having. No. Does this word have something to do with those who are abstemious? Because the world became a strange place to live in. I think we should all be more abstemious. We shouldn't be in this world of conspicuous consumption. Yeah? Just use what you need and no more. Count. Probably someone who partook in the Queen's Tea Party had that dreaded lurgy. Now she has tested positive for COVID-19. I read that. So even if the Queen gets it, then anybody can have it. It's definitely suddenly become a posh disease. Akshat. Women should vote for the leaders who they think can bring changes and development to the society, unencumbered, good word, by who the men in their families vote for or want them to vote for. Absolutely. Yeah, women should be independent and should be able to choose exactly what they wish. I know in India that's a lot harder, but I quite agree with you, Akshat, and that's a great example. Count. Pessimists rarely encourage people around the world and maybe unintentionally gaslight others into misery. Great English. Your English has come on so much since you first started here, Count Beauty. Whom cannot be the subject in a sentence? Absolutely, Count. It can't be the subject. That's the point. The Legion of Honor. Definitely, Count. Okay. Hilal. Whom is an object case pronoun? That's really good, a really good definition, and it can't be used as a subject. It is used as an object of a verbal preposition. Absolutely, Hilal. And Jean, I don't know. I figure it out by seeing if the response would be him or her. Okay, yes. If the response is him or her, then you can use whom. The response to whom was talking about her, would be he was or she was. Exactly. That's the right answer. Well done, Jean. Okay, I'm one of those avid supporters. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie Diana. Great to have you watching. Thank you. And Akshat, hello, sir. In your childhood or during your childhood, I was born in the 60s, or during the 60s. Both are fine, Akshat. You can use either of them. Yeah, during the 60s, in the 60s, no difference. Ossie Tal, thank you for watching, Ossie. So you've been watching Prescient and Vitiate. Good words. Thank you for your support. Akshat, what's the difference between wouldn't know and don't know? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Okay, I don't know says that I don't have this knowledge. I wouldn't know means I've never been in a position where I could actually learn this. So don't ask John because he wouldn't know because he never went to school. Yeah? I don't know, what is life like in rural Turkmenistan? Well, I wouldn't know because I've never been to rural Turkmenistan. Also, I don't know, but wouldn't know means I've never been in a situation where I could learn the answer. Okay, Ginty, hi Ginty, and thanks for the donation today. It's got to be the third answer because the pronoun whom always assumes the object role, but in the third sentence it assumes the role of an imposter. It needs to be superseded by who? Absolutely, Ginty. Ossital, go on strike. Thanks. This is an important collocation. Thank you, Ossie. Eddie, God bless you with your extremely helpful would be better than helping. Okay. Lucas. I think that SZ is going to be a Lucas. Ramon Bocash. Lucas. C is incorrect. Whom is not a subject. Whom is related to him, her, etc. Whom are you talking about? About her, him. Well done, Lucas. And forever grateful. Me too, Nora. It's great to have you watching. Thank you. And Daniel Aparecido Biazi Galdino. Thanks, sir, for allowing us to partake of knowledge, or to partake in knowledge with you. It's a pleasure, Danielle. Alex is very god in this play. So, this is a game. This is how to play conkers. Okay, so Alex is a very god in this play. Okay, I beat her. Poor Lizzie. Well, whom isn't used for subject questions? Absolutely, Lawrence. Definitely. Mohammed, the smell of food was so pervasive. Fetid. If you use fetid, it means terrible. Pervasive, it could be a good smell or a bad smell. The tainted, blemished reputation of the company started to permeate over the last 2 years. Started permeating. So with to, no ing, no to, with ing, Mohammed. Tacit, cancer. I guess many people think that cancer is a tacit death sentence. Not so sure though. Okay, so to rest. Raja liked it. To rest, to pull away from, to take away from aggressively. And Mohammed, Hollywood tried on many occasions to make a movie that describes the demise of the world, but they screwed the pooch on it every time. Okay, that's a good sentence. Just on many occasions. Well done, Mohammed. You're improving. Dommy, great to have you here. 3 is incorrect. The correct answer, the correct one, is who, because it's the subject, not the object. Let me wet my whistle. Being inveterate has a lot to do with being a buff of something, or maybe a sucker, fondness for something. If you're inveterate, you do it again and again and again. So Douglas Russ, bravo, thank you, Douglas. And Raja, wax and wane, to wax to increase, to wane to decrease. Thank you, Raja. Yo VG, great to see you. And you've been watching Prophylactic, thank you. Let's see the examples. The government should encourage more prophylactic measures. I changed reinforce to encourage. It's a much better word. Should encourage. This is a much better choice, VG. Well done. Sebastian, Archaeology of Bible. Hello, nice to have your program. Opposite of prophylactic is therapeutic. Yes, because prophylactic prevents, therapeutic causes. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Patricia, this is a great series conducive to interaction and other related activities. Keeps you on your toes all the time. I love the comments on the puns. The no comment one. The deep one and a couple of others. When we read the comments, they don't impact us in the same way as it does when you read them. It's an excellent idea, but I hope it doesn't give you more work than necessary. It's less work doing this than writing them, but it's still quite a lot of work. You must work like nobody's business. I love this expression. Like nobody's business, very rapidly and a lot of it. Thanks. My pleasure, Patricia. So, Nora, being a teacher of a volatile character is what makes the teaching process per se more invigorating and compelling. Somebody who's volatile changes moods very suddenly. VG, unfortunately some adult people have to be told that ingesting bleach is not a prophylactic method of getting rid of diseases. Yes, okay, that's talking about COVID, very definitely. Let's see, you can say adult people, but it's probably just easier to say some adults have to be told, yeah? It's not wrong, adult people's perfectly fine. So, it's a good example, VG. Your examples are getting really good. Your reaction when saying hilarious made me laugh a lot. Yeah. Okay, yes, hilarious is really funny. To deride, derision, derisive, derisively. Yeah, to be very critical about something. She used to keep some prophylactics in her bag whenever she would go out because she didn't want to get pregnant at such a young age. I love your use of would here, VG. This is would as a modal verb meaning used to. That's really good. Have you ever taken dengue prophylactics? No, I haven't. I hope I don't need to because dengue can be pretty nasty. Okay. Assface123C, prophylaxis, prophylactic. I feel that the situation in Ottawa has grown increasingly dire, serious. The government needs to crack down on anti-vax protesters and set harsher prophylactic measures to stop the spread of COVID, even if that means criminalising those who refuse to wear masks in public places. Then again, legislation like that would probably lead to more upheavals. We are in effect at a standstill, a position where we can't move forward. What's worse is that all alternative right Americans are using our internal issues to advance their own ideologies about freedom as well as their theories about the virus being a government conspiracy. Who knows who's truly puppeteering our protests when others stand to gain from them? Okay, Assface, this question in Canada, it's very serious, yeah, because the problem is we've got freedom of expression, freedom of action, and then if the situation, if COVID spreads, it gets worse. And this is the problem with life. We're trying to balance two things that don't balance. So, Rahul, I ought to best student in my class. So, I ought to be the best student in my class. Okay. And Mohammed, you cannot imitate anyone easily if your voice is tremulous. When he told me the truth, I was utterly tremulous. I was trembling. Okay, Luke Roberts, thanks for coming to the live stream. Check out his segue video. So, slow sunset vibes, is mitigate the same as alleviate? Yes, it is. My guess is that what changes is the level of formality. My examples are for better learning. Examples are a great way to do this, slow sunset. Mitigate's certainly more formal than alleviate. Drinking a hot cup of tea will mitigate any feelings of coldness you may be feeling. Yeah, will mitigate any coldness you may be feeling. Just neater like that. My clumsy son John cut his finger yesterday when he was cutting onions. He quickly patched himself up with a band-aid so he would mitigate any future infections. These are good examples. Yeah, mitigate's more formal. I think glib means shallow and superficial. Yes, it does mean shallow and superficial. But if you've always got an easy answer for everything, yeah, you're being shallow and superficial. Yeah, so yes it does, but it has more meanings as well, B32. So arseface, never heard this word before. I'll avoid using it because it is, as you said, a sexist word, termagant. Yes, it is rather sexist. Slow sunset. My university professor use the shift gears idiom quite frequently. Yeah, let's shift gears, let's go up, let's go faster. So some examples would be, now that we are done with the theoretical part, let us shift gears and discuss the project syllabus for this semester. In order to speed up, accelerate, you will have to shift gears. That's good, Slow Sunset. Banty, see above. Here parts of speech of the word above. Above here is an adverb describing see. See what's above, an adverb of place. So, Patricia, great to see you again. I must try the next live stream if I can. I lost the thing somewhere. Well, there's always the recording. Let me just renew this. So, thank you, Patricia. Let's see what else has come in while I've been making this. There's probably going to be quite a lot because this is quite a busy moment normally. Okay, so, wow, yeah. Oh, there's not too much. Thanks a lot. So, thank you for coming, VG. A fantastic stream as usual. It's wonderful to have you. Have a nice rest of your day, night. Thank you, and the same to you, VG. Roland, the mellifluous sound of the lark is a true harbinger of spring. A prophylactic drug, good, Rizgar, something that stops you getting the disease. Roland, this platform takes place in a futuristic vertical prison. The meal slowly descends through the tower's levels. I've seen this one. If you go at the bottom, you don't get anything to eat, and it gets to cannibalism as well. I can't remember the name of it, though. When the people from the top are partaking of their feast unrestrictedly, the lower level of inmates have to consume the gradually dwindling scarcity of, I would probably put, food. The prisoners of the bottom levels need to fight for the puny remnants of the food, or even eat each other. Chan. Let me just refresh it again, see if there's any more, and with that I'm going to sign off with my normal thing. Let's just see. There's another one from Patricia. I knew I was naive. I did not know it was an FL. Okay. And my French letter, that's what the FL. And my grandpa said I shouldn't be using the word rubber, but rather eraser. Because, what was your word? Connection, condom. I don't like this word either, I suppose. Yes, an FL. I shall have to decide on the spur of the moment. I mean about the choice of words for rapport. Okay. The easy word is just use the word protection. So you turn to your boyfriend and say, do you have protection? Yeah? And that's an easy way to do it. There wouldn't be any time or inclination for hanky-panky sex after all this brainstorming. People are always evasive or ambiguous about these terms. Sleep well, Alex, and think of Lady Milo, not Hopper's painting, or the Picasso, at least before you go to bed. I'm going to watch The Night of the Generals. I love this film. How about you? Yes, I do as well. It's a very good film. So, with that, take care, Patricia. Sleep well, all of you, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye for now. If you enjoyed it, give it a rating, etc. Ciao.